There was a thread up on Beginner to FPV a few weeks ago, and I forget how they got onto the topic, but they were talking about what a jerk I am. And I don't really focus on that stuff. I'll try not to. But one of the guys participating in the thread was a person who asked me a question on the live stream. They super chatted me and they asked a question. Basically, the question was, when I arm my quad flips out. I don't remember the exact details. And he said in the question, I've checked my motor direction, I've checked my board alignment, etc. And I replied and I was like, well, I got to tell you, most of the time when people say they've checked that stuff, it still is that problem. And so I would suggest that you go back and check it. And then I went on to say, but, from what I see in your video, maybe it could be a bad gyro or something. And apparently he got really offended by my response. Basically, he's like, I told him I checked those things. I've been doing this for years. I know what I'm doing. And he just blew me off. I felt bad about it a little bit, of course, because I'm very motivated to help people. And obviously I must be, or I wouldn't spend as much time as I do answering questions and so forth. So I feel bad when someone reaches out to me for help and then they feel like they didn't get it. I don't feel bad when someone just says Bardwell's a jerk. F Bardwell. They're probably a jerk. But if somebody says I reached out to him for help and he blew me off, then I feel bad. But I was like, number one, I don't know that you've got 10 years of experience. I don't know who you are. You're just a person who left me a super chat, unless you're someone like I know personally. Like if Ken Heron or Ciotti, if one of these guys who I actually interact with on a day-to-day basis were to ask me a question, then I would have a bit of perspective. And I would know where they were coming from. Mike Crabtree. Thank you, Jory. Sorry. Got my name mixed up. But the other thing is that if you don't do tech support, you have no idea the perspective of someone who answers 100 questions a day, every day for 3 years. You come at this problem and you're like, I checked these things. And you don't know that in the last year, 50 times someone has said, yeah, my quad flips out when I arm it, and I've checked these things. And every single time, after years of troubleshooting, you've learned that you go, well, can you recheck that for me? Because of those 50 times, 20 of them, when they went back and rechecked, it turned out they hadn't done it right. And so when you come to me and you say, I'm having this problem, my quad flips out, and I check these things, and I say, well, can you recheck them? It's not because I think you're dumb. It's because statistically, it's very likely that it's one of those things. But the other thing is that, I feel bad because on a live stream, when you ask me a troubleshooting question, and this is what got me thinking about this, you're going to get the first most obvious answer, and then I'm probably going to move on to the next question because it's going to take 30 to 45 seconds minimum every time I ask you a question and you answer, because the live stream delay, we're probably not going to go back and forth and do a troubleshoot. Probably, I'm going to thank you for your donation. I'm going to read your question. I'm going to do my best to answer it without getting any feedback from you, and then I'm going to move on because that's how the live stream goes. But here's the takeaway. And I just want to get this out there in case anybody didn't know. You can email me. You can email me. I clear my inbox about once a day, sometimes more, occasionally less. If you want to actually engage with me personally, one-to-one on a problem, email me. And thank you I'll read your question on a live stream and I'll take your super chat and I'll thank you for your super chat. If you actually want to solve the problem, just email me. And that's the thing. No one should ever be like, damn it, Bardwell didn't really dig into my problem. We may be moving on the live stream, but we'll do it in email. And there's no reason to be. See, look, Maxim L, can y'all help me? I reset my flight controller config and I don't know how to get it back. We're not going to answer that question on the live stream. It's too detailed. It wouldn't make for good, entertaining content. Not like this rant. This is good, entertaining content. But if Maxim L can't get help here on the stream, they can email me. And I will work him through. So I feel bad that guy thinks I blew him off and thinks I was a jerk to him. Unfortunately, there's nothing to do about that. When you answer 100 questions a day, there's a process. It's like when you call tech support and they say, can you turn it off and on again? Can you reboot your machine? Can you? And you're like, oh my God, I've been in IT for 15 years. I know these things, but you just go through the list with them because they don't know who the F you are. And there's a list and you got to go through the list. And even smart people do dumb things sometimes. That's the other thing. Even smart people occasionally make mistakes. And my job as the troubleshooter is to check to see if you made those mistakes. And I'm not insulting your intelligence. I just know that no one's perfect. And it's so annoying. The one time I make an assumption and I skip a step, and after a week of troubleshooting and 50 emails back and forth. They go, oh, hey, I found the problem. I had a motor spinning the wrong direction. I'm like, why didn't I check that?